From seafaring to creative arts and then like skills such as tailoring, welding, fashion design, hairdressing, and other vocational skills, local youth are being trained and equipped to rewrite their futures with dignity and direction.
It is one thing to be given an opportunity. It is another to utilize that opportunity for your individual benefit. So I would ask that, or rather urge them to take this very seriously, because it is not every day that you have an organization such as a HYPREP spending money and time, a huge chunk of their resources to giving opportunities like this to young Nigerians.
We target every strata of the Ogoni community. So for young persons, apart from creating direct jobs, we've created over 7,000 direct jobs for Ogoni youth and women. We continue to roll out training programs to build their capacity, to enhance their employability, and we have a lot of it going on. Currently, we are training 100 Ogoni youth and women in seafaring. So this particular workshop is about career enhancement and employability.
The PC is doing incredible work to make things happen, but at the end of the day, it can make all the provisions. If the young person doesn't actually take its own bull by the horns and make its own decisions, nothing will happen. I think that's the fundamental premise of the second edition.
What I am taking home today is how to be intentional, okay? How to be creative, or be able to be a problem solver, okay? So to me, that is what I'm taking home, and I'm very much impressed for this program. It is not easy, and I must say a big thank you to the PC of HYPREP for a great opportunity like this.
I could get things on my own. I can be employable with things around me. Basically, we have problems around us that can make us earn, but we don't realize that. But with this, I've known that there are problems around me that I could solve.
Beyond the restoration of the environment, health, and livelihood, HYPREP is driving infrastructural transformation through a landmark power supply initiative in Ogoni land. As part of efforts to boost energy access, the project is constructing a 132 kVA transmission line spanning 62 kilometers, linking Ebubu, Wiakara, and Bodo. Two 60 MVA 332 by 33 kV substations are currently being developed at Wiakara and Bodo, with key components such as power and earthing transformers already tested and certified through factory acceptance tests in China. In partnership with the River State government and relevant power authorities, HYPREP aims to connect Ogoni communities to the national grid, ensuring 24-hour power supply to support critical facilities like the Center of Excellence for Environmental Restoration, water stations, health facilities, and livelihood hubs.
And this phase one involved the transmission line that span over 60 kilometers around Ogoni communities, that within the 4 LGAs. Actually, looking at the HYPREP report, as globally we are all aware that HYPREP is implementing the HYPREP report of 2011. The power project was not part of it, but in the course of implementing this report, the management thought it wise to include the power project.
I am rating HYPREP above 80%, and the progress that they have made so far, considering the project timeline and how far they have come. And that is in the context of the power project.
To deepen local ownership, over 120 Ogoni youths have been trained in substation operations, electrical systems, and safety protocols, positioning them as active contributors to the region's power future. On 28.8 hectares of land in Kana local government area, the Center of Excellence for Environmental Restoration, CEER, is rising. Over 90% complete, CEER combines soil remediation labs, research classrooms, and innovation hubs. Observers believe CEER will put Ogoni land on the global environmental restoration map. To ensure sustainability, the project coordinator inaugurated a 13-member committee of elite Ogoni scholars chaired by Professor Don Baridam, former Vice-Chancellor of Uniport. Their mandate to design a sustainability roadmap for CEER's future.
What I see here today is quite impressive, because I was here in December. When I came in here, most of the buildings that are now here were not even started. Particularly this huge building you see in front of us, the auditorium, not the administration block, the auditorium, the library, and most of them were not around at the time I came here. So when I came here, just about 8 months was there, about 6 months to be precise, 7 months to be precise. Look at them, they're here like they grew up. So I think I'm quite impressed, and I'm very satisfied with the progress work in this place. And I believe that they promised us that they are going to complete it in September, but the PC is putting the pressure on them to do it much earlier, or something even earlier if we can get our acts together with them. So I feel that this is very, very, it's a journey that we have been able to accomplish, and I believe that we've seen a lot, and we are very much satisfied with what we are seeing. And I want to urge all those that are involved in this project and other projects around the Ogoni land to facilitate it, because like I kept on saying, and I will say it again and again, that this is a project that has a lifespan, and that lifespan is approaching very fast. So whatever we are doing, we must try to conclude it within this space of time we have. Initially, it was supposed to be for 7 years. We have now done our 7 years, and we are not getting where we should. So I believe that we need to do more. We need to push it as quickly as we can to conclude it and get out of it. This is a center of excellence that people will be coming from all over the world. It's an international center of excellence where we are going to study issues of remediation. We are going to look at what has happened here and learn from it. So that's why it's like a university. You see faculties, you see auditorium, you see cloth house, staff quarters, and the rest of it. It's going to be like a mini university, a research center that will be of center of excellence. So I want to thank each and everyone involved.
This is my first time of coming here after the committee was inaugurated. I think I've seen what you've done, and I'm very impressed with the quality of work that is going on here. I believe that with proper management, this place can be a cash cow. You've done so well. We've been working as a team, and by the grace of God, by the end of December, we will complete our study and give to management.
I think what is on ground is already impressive. In fact, I was just telling one of us now that when we were talking with Mohammed, you know, she's in the United Nations now, and we were discussing this type of thing coming up here. We never thought it could come up. In fact, I was just saying that I'm happy it's being done in my lifetime. This place is going to prolong my life, I can assure you. Yes, because, you know, you discuss and argue and all that year after year, and you begin to wonder whether this can come to pass. So today I insisted I must come here. I had so many things holding me, but I said I must come and see this place. This place will be so beneficial to Ogoni land that we won't be able to imagine the benefits. You were asking for benefits, a lot of benefits, because it's a training center, it's a center of excellence. People will be coming from all over the world to get their training, and they will know that there is a place called Wiyakara, and there is a place called Bori, there's a place called Ogoni land. I was amazed when one of my children attended Liverpool University, and I got to the campus in Liverpool, and I saw Ken Saruwiwa. I said, no, am I saying well? A label to a building. And I found out there's a student, it's a restaurant for students. And I said, God, that's how we spread. That's how people come to know Ogoni land. This place is an international center. So many people will come from all over the world, and they will see that we had oil here, and people came and took our oil, messed up the whole place, but God has saved us.
Having got a tour of this facility, I think for me is a mix of optimism and urgency. So I become more optimistic about the goal to achieving a sustainable remediation technology site and training ground to bring resources to clean the Niger Delta, Nigeria, and even the world, and to showcase what we're capable of doing as Niger Delta people and as Nigerian people who are resilient. I particularly like the watchwords I saw here when I came in that ended with resilient. So I feel that the people here with the team, the dedication I see among the team managing this place at the moment, I feel inspired looking ahead for the future. It also fans a call for collaboration and commitment for us to have that sustainability with the plans we have for this center.
Oversight from the National Assembly has been frequent and firm.
Pollution is a matter of Nigeria and the oil companies to take control of it. The issue as now is to make sure that what is done now is extended to other areas of the Niger Delta that have similar situations. We have seen a place where pollution has been done 20 years ago. After excavating the soil, you see them drifting into that place. And we can still remove the pollutants, the crude. So pollution, we shouldn't wait for 10, 20 years before we do remediation. We expect that any time of pollution, there must be immediate attention to that place.
The people of this area have suffered devastation, and based on the fact that this is where the wealth of the nation is being extracted, I'm particularly excited with the amount of societal responsibility that I have seen. And I'm hoping, like my chairman said, that this thing should be extended. Water has been a major issue, and I'm happy with the water schemes that I've seen. Especially, I've been informed that close to 10 kilometers of pipe water have been done to support a number of the neighboring villages. Ditto for what I've seen about the hospitals. I've seen the cottage hospital and I've seen the big hospital that is being built. I think the general thing is that this thing should be extended and there should be massive support in terms of funding. This is the only thing we can do to compensate the people who have suffered tremendous degradation.
I must say it, we see renewed vigor in the delivery of these services to the people of Ogoni land. And I must use this opportunity to commend the Honorable Minister of Environment and also the project coordinator of the HYPREP and their team. Having been around, both when I was a member of the Committee on Environment and when I also started as chairman of this committee, I think we can spot the difference. I can assure you, any part or group that fails in his or her responsibility to make sure that this project is driven to a conclusion will have to pay, such funds. And let me also say this. The money that were earmarked for this project was like a take-off grant and is almost completely spent. So we are also going to work with them to ensure that funds are provided. But I can assure you, whether it's NNPC, they will make provision for the tranche that belongs to them, because it is what they owe the people, and they would have to.
Today is very historic, and with the presentation of this report, we hope that the Center of Excellence is going to be operationalized. And once that happens, this is the first of its kind in Nigeria, and I'm sure outside the country, because there's a lot of experience on environmental restoration and remediation. And once the whole world knows that there's a center like this, everybody will be interested in collaborating with this center.
The committee made one very key recommendation, that we will not have to wait for a bill or a law to move the center to go, but that a directorate should be quickly, set up so that it can go. As it is, the center is ready and can function as an international institution for research.
I appreciate the dedication and expertise of the committee members who have worked tirelessly to ensure a robust and comprehensive plan for the institution. On this note, I extend my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Minister of Environment and Chairman of the Governing Council of HYPREP, Balarabe Abbas Lawal, whose high wisdom and guidance have ensured that HYPREP remains on track. We are glad to note that the report includes the administrative structure, the framework programs, and activities at the center, staffing and recruitment strategy, research, internationalization, and sustainability strategy, and importantly, the advisory document on the legal framework, which is the bill for the establishment of the center.
Engagement is central. HYPREP holds quarterly meetings with Ogoni youths, community leaders, traditional rulers, regulators, asset owners, and CSOs.
They should also make available resources for employment and for maintenance of the facilities. Beyond that, you cannot put this up and then abandon it.
How we make this place the center for excellence is the product that will come out from here. The thinking that people will put into here. The seriousness that researchers will put into here. I don't think that this place should just be like any other Nigerian institution. Product that will come out from here will help to solve environmental problem in the world.
Since afternoon, we've been in the field visiting the projects. And I must say that I'm very happy. I'm impressed with what I've seen. And there is definitely a shift. I'm sure even if you look at the address I gave to the coordinator when I visited on Wednesday, if I had done this visit, I think the address would have been different. So I'm really happy today.
A 3-day workshop for traditional rulers on conflict resolution was also held. Regulators like NOSDRA and the Federal and State Ministries of Environment, Health and Water Resources are active collaborators. From 8 a.m. to after dark, Professor Neni Barinizabe is on the move, whether inspecting CEER or resolving issues on site. He's known as the Worker General. These strides would not be possible without support. The Ministry of Environment, under the Minister Balarabe Abbas Lawal, continues to provide direction. HYPREP's Board of Trustees ensures funding, and the United Nations team brings technical muscle.
But it's heartwarming also to see the effort through HYPREP the government of Nigeria is making for the restoration of the mangrove. But before the mangrove, I have seen also process of clearing and cleaning the water, the soil, and helping people to get back to farming activities.
In the heart of Ogoni, mangroves are sprouting again. Nature's quiet proof that healing has begun. But restoration on this scale requires more than local will. It demands global partnership.
Actually, I am honored because this is the fight that Ken Saro-Wiwa led, and also in this way to honor him and his sacrifice for this land. So thank you for welcoming us here, and in your honor and the honor of Ken Saro-Wiwa, I will plant this.
Mangrove restoration. Action! To see that
this cleanup is happening in this area, and also the bioremediation is one of the measures they have taken, and we are happy that the mangrove plants are coming up, and also the natural systems have been adopted. I think that is a very excellent example for the other countries and other communities who are suffering from this kind of pollution.
Under Professor Zabe's leadership, HYPREP is engaging beyond borders. With a global network built over decades, he is opening doors for collaboration with the United Nations, the World Health Organization, and embassies from across the world.
What international partners like myself are looking for is continuity. We want to see political support for HYPREP. We want to see budgetary support for HYPREP, and HYPREP to continue to be doing the right thing, which it is doing more and more. So stakeholders have to trust and believe in HYPREP. HYPREP can gain that trust through dialogue, interaction, working with stakeholders, demonstrating accountability, demonstrating transparency, so that everybody knows the money is being well spent. And certainly that's my observation today, that money spent on the mangrove restoration is yielding very positive results, and long may it last going forward.
Well, the sites we have seen look surprisingly good. We see recovery in many of the critical key species like fish and shellfish, and the mangrove is doing well overall, and there is ample supply of seedlings of small plants here that the villages communities have produced, and I think I hope most of these will become used in the further work with HYPREP as it proceeds.
We're very fortunate that we have a couple of our private sector leaders who are engaged in some aspects of the remediation project and have an opportunity to be part of that. And I think when I hear about the Global Centre of Excellence that's been built, and I think particularly in the research and education sector, there's great potential to build on the long-standing trust that there is and the long-standing relationships that we have. You know, Port Harcourt and Ogoni land is well known in Ireland. You know, you're no strangers to us, and we probably are closer people-to-people connections with Ireland than with anywhere else outside of Nigeria. It's quite a special thing. So to be here today and to be part of this, it's my first time to be here, and I came here especially, and I know that Prof is marking 2 years in the role. This month I'm marking just a little over 2 years in my role, and it's very significant, I think, that we have a chance to engage together.
Thank you. First came to Ogoni in April 2000 to attend a memorial service for Ken Saro-Wiwa, and came here 2002, 2004, 2006, before the 2008-2009 oil spills hit. So I saw this place before the oil spills. I know what this place was like before the oil spills. 2005, I saw a pilot mangrove project that Dr. Zabi was doing, very small scale compared to this, like micro scale compared to this. I was here shortly after the spills in 2009 when many of the fisher people were cutting down the mangrove trees that were already dead to sell for firewood. So that was a tremendously sad time to be here and see the extent of the destruction. And I can't tell you how happy I am that this man, Dr. Nanabarini Zabi, is the project coordinator of HYPREP, because as many of you know, he did his PhD fieldwork out here searching for macrozoobenthos, 0.5 millimeter or larger sediment dwelling animals. And there's nobody in this country that knows mangroves and what kinds of conditions they thrive under when they're not thriving, or what's wrong in the environment better than he does. So I'm so happy that there is a scientific basis to this project. This is not a Nigerian, let's spend a lot of money and pay people who don't do the work. You saw him earlier today digging in the mud and swishing the mud, trying to look for macros ubenthos. This is not somebody who stays in the air-conditioned office and signs paperwork. He wants to be out
Their
here.
shared commitment to strengthen the Center of Excellence for Environmental Restoration and to give Ogoni the global spotlight it deserves. As we mark 2 years of renewed hope, we celebrate the journey of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's vision and Professor Zabe's relentless leadership under the committed supervision and support of the Honorable Minister of Environment. A president who believes in a cleaner Ogoni, a minister who stays intentional, and a project coordinator who remains committed to restoring dignity to the land of his birth. Our vision is not just to clean the land, says Professor Zabe. It's to restore lives and dignity. This is the story so far, and the future, it looks even brighter.